Hello everyone, Rissy Toothpick here, back again with some more Sherlock Holmes, and as you can see, we're in a really weird area. But today we're going to do this mission, the Sacrificial Lamb, but first we're going to try to figure out if we can learn a little bit of information from the people here, so we can get the little side quest out of the way. And hopefully we can get this done right. So eavesdropping, we should get the little ear symbol. He's just chilling there.
Manchio's had to enforce the masks after the scandal.
Uncover the identity disclosure scandal. Okay, too poor to attend. Someone was sick. Offended Duchess. Too ugly without a mask. Political. Okay, then we got it. There's 4 of them. People described a scandal from a previous party. Vice Governor Cowden was found by his wife to be a Prussian duchess in the company of a young man. Although the marriage was intended to be a political one, the emotion of the duchess were real. The incident instigated a political crisis between Cordona and Prussia. Although there were only a few notes of protest, the governor fired his protege. Damn.
That's what I like about this party. Bring me more dirt, Sherry. One more piece, and I can expose these base hedonists.
I got Lauren. Looks like someone's getting smacked over there. Oh, and the paintings are all weird. Yeah, someone's having a good time around here. Let's check on the left side.
You know what was here before Manchio's family bought it.
Okay. Ancestral home. Magic circle, that's kind of weird. Ruins of mysterious disappearance. Before Manchio's family, the mansion was owned by an oculist architect. He dedicated his life to conducting a powerful ritual from the Forgotten Tome, but the ordinary magic circles proved too weak for it. That was why he built this mansion. A keen eye might notice that its shapes correspond with certain magical symbols, and some walls have cavities. One day, the architect simply disappeared. An ash stain on the floor was all that remained. Perhaps he was successful in his endeavor. Oh, that's weird.
I'll pin them down with this scoop. Thank you, Sherlock.
Alright, his side mission is done, and we got the rumor has it mission.
My goodness,
Oh
Sherlock.
my.
They made a blood fountain.
No, John, it's definitely not blood, just wine. Gahor, is it a guess?
All type of people in here. And I'm assuming we need to follow the colorful lights here. Okay, hold on though. We finished his mission. Let's get rid of these documents.
Sherlock! Friend! I wasn't sure you'd come. Werner, I see you are not yourself. The more time you spend here in Cordona, the more I feel it my duty to bring you into our world and show you all we have to offer. And what is on offer today? Pleasure, indulgence, relief, and relaxation. You've earned some time for yourself, have you not? Those who know me would say I'm incapable of it. Nonsense. I refuse to believe there is anyone permitted to know Sherlock Holmes. You may be right. Then free yourself from inhibition and expectation. The night is young, and so are the guests. You should try to enjoy both. It's not healthy for handsome men to spend every night alone. and certainly not in a house filled with such melancholic memories.
I must admit, my travels have proven more taxing than expected. I'm less confident in my life and myself. A time of relaxation seems a distant dream.
So can I tempt you with a physical aid to your moral consolations? There's wine, of course, and something to smoke, or perhaps an artificial paradise? Yes, something more spiritual, a potentiator to sharpen the mind. A 7% solution of, well, that'd be telling, but you must try it.
That would be reckless or that would be pointless. Let's go with pointless.
My mind already operates at a far higher level than most. I struggle to believe anything could improve it. My ultimate duty is to provide the world with truth, and I do that perfectly well as is.
Duty? You've never cared about that before.
Of course I do. Exposing a lie, revealing a fact, that is a moral responsibility.
That's not morality. Morals are what happens afterwards when truth collides with consequence. Do you ever follow up on cases you solved? Do you ever see what happened next, visit the victims, ensure justice is served in the courts? And how do you choose where to direct your attention? Are there not deserving causes to which your brilliance could be applied but isn't?
You ascribe me more power than I possess. I have a narrow skill set and work within that mandate. What occurs afterward is irrelevant.
With every action or inaction, you place a finger on the scales of morality. Many in the city would see you as abdicating your responsibility.
I haven't.
Not me, of course. Morality is subjective, just like truth. There is little to be gained from indulging in it, and far better things to indulge in. Now I must insist on easing any burdens I've placed upon your shoulders. Show yourself a kindness, and try this rather delectable concoction.
You know what? Yeah, let's study it.
If this solution truly does assist with thinking, then perhaps it would be puerile to overlook an opportunity to study it. I'll take it with me.
Yes, Sherlock. Very good. And now, our evening begins in earnest. I just remembered. I'm sorry, Sherlock. My mind's delightfully impaired. Please take this key. It opens the altar room, past the library.
Pardon? Altar room? What now, Werner?
Go quickly and find our Fabio. Only you can make him talk. I'll join you in a minute.
Okay, so we need a key. Did we get the key? Yeah, we got the key magically. Bo gave me a key so I could talk to someone named Fabio in the altar room. Okay, well, let's find that room. It's past the library. Okay, this is the library, it looks like. So, through this door, I would assume.
My God. Was he here this whole time?
Who is that? Oh, you got some weird satanic shit going on in here, and they got water in the house. Alright, so there's 6 things here.
A blunt force trauma may have suffered an internal hemorrhage.
Okay, let's kind of explore that tattoo. Ooh, it's a K.
This crude tattoo partially covers as slave branding.
Oh, we got some weird rich people here.
The victim has clenched the fabric so firmly in his fist that it's nigh impossible to remove it.
Okay, so when you die, sometimes you're like... rigor mortis shows up. So he might have been alive before he died, and he was actually like grabbing onto the bedsheet. Another weird knife.
The dagger is heavy and sharp, but lacks balance. This golden handle has a bloodstain on it.
Weird symbols.
This worm-like sigil has been drawn with his own blood. The wound is deep. A precise strike reached the heart. He died right here.
Okay, that's everything. And now we can do this one. That's everything we found out. Let's try to look for anything else that might be of value.
The herbs here are Salvia divinorum. They have a slight hallucinogenic effect to emphasize the ceremony. This elaborate box must be for the ritual dagger.
Yeah, I'm assuming maybe the owner of the house did this.
This oil has a slight aroma of flowers and olive. The ointment smells mouse-like. I presume it is an aphrodisiac prepared from a Spanish fly.
Ooh, Spanish fly.
This one looks like a twisted symbol of Venus, drawn in a hurry.
Damn, he snuck up on us there. Well, here, let me check everything first.
The sign reminds me of the astrological symbol for Mars.
Okay, let me see here. Yep, and it looks like we have more stuff here. Fabio was killed in a ritual murder. Fabio was sacrificed on the altar during an occult ritual. Pretty simple. Let's talk to this guy.
Werner, care to explain what is going on here?
On nights like these, it's not unusual for some attendees to get a little exuberant. It's part of the appeal. Unfortunately, it appears things have gotten out of hand. Yes, some are more prone to bend the rules of morality.
That's murder. I doubt there's anything left to bend. Why did you not tell me immediately? We were chatting about trivial matters for some time.
If I'm completely honest, Sherlock, I've consumed a rather potent cocktail of substances. My attention slips and drifts, but I'm glad I thought to call for you.
You sent me a disguise.
Oh dear, did I? Well, since I found the body, Mr. Manchios has agreed that you can investigate the matter. I promise my mind will behave itself going forward.
All right, then pull yourself together, Werner.
Okay, so I guess what we can do is ask him all these 3 important questions.
Mr. Manchios is the owner of the manor, yes?
And the host of Cordona's most memorable parties. He promises even the ugliest guest a partner for the night. And for the ones with more unconventional tastes, Mr. Manchios provides other services.
What a caring person.
You cannot begin to imagine.
Yep, party for the rich.
How did you discover the body? In between guzzles of alcohol?
I was set to perform in a fecundity rite with Fabio and came to inquire further. It was a staged ritual where he was to play the principle of life.
And the rehearsal was unsuccessful?
Huh, who knows? I found him alone on the altar, his blood dripping to the floor.
And then?
Then I called Mr. Manchios. He was panicking, so I told him about you. We left the room and locked the door. Then we were
Filling time?
waiting for you was stressful. We indulged in some simple comforts. Overindulged, perhaps.
And did you know the victim? Okay, we got some more things showing up here.
Were you well acquainted with Fabio, the victim?
Everyone knew Fabio, or wanted to. His beauty was the talk of the island. Too handsome to go unnoticed. He was magnetic. Fat wallets fought for the privilege of having him. He offered the pleasures of performance, and more.
Let's see what the police...
The police remain unaware of this tragic event?
Some of them may be hiding behind their masks. They conceal many things. But we didn't want the authorities to create more problems. Besides, after a few cocktails, their incompetence will have soared to new heights.
How do you know I even want the case?
I promised you relaxation. If there's one thing I know about you, Sherlock, it's that nothing soothes you more than a good mystery.
Okay, learn more about the ritual.
What about the fertility ritual? There was something about Fabio being a principle of life.
Fabio was supposed to portray the beauty of life's origin. Flowers, oil, not this travesty that seems straight out of the Inquisition.
So this ritual is not the fertility rite. What was it meant to look like?
It begins with a woman lying naked in a flower bed on the altar. She represents Gaia, the earth. As I cover her in oils, we chant for the principle. As our calls reach a climax, Fabio enters and copulates with her. After he finishes, I stab her with a dagger. That part's just pretend, of course.
But the intercourse is not?
I did not expect you to be such a prude. Are you a virgin? It is nothing to be ashamed of, but it would explain the color of your cheeks. The fertility rite marks the start of our festivities. The principle of life is beautiful, intimate, essential. It must not be stopped.
Yet it appears that someone did stop it. What about the naked woman? Can you tell me anything about her?
Oh yes, Matista. She's one of Fabio's compatriots and a performer too. I haven't seen her today, actually.
Okay, so that's a little bit suspicious. The girl is a top priority possible killer.
When you discovered the body, was the door open?
No, it was locked. Oh, that reminds me. It's a minor detail, but the first time I came to speak to Fabio, I left without entering, having been unable to open the door.
You didn't have the key?
No, I had it. Don't look at me like that. I was mostly sober. I suspect there was a key in the other side of the door, blocking the lock.
That detail may very well be major, Werner. Well done. So you returned later only to find the lock was not blocked?
Correct. After an hour had passed, I tried again and was able to unlock the door. That's when I discovered poor, handsome Fabio.
Alrighty, so can we kind of check out the lock? No. Kind of sad. So we gotta learn a little bit more about what's going on. He's swimming. So I'm guessing we can come check out this room over here. Nothing there but a banana. Okay, let's check this out. Something on the carpet, apparently.
Enough cigars to burn down the entire mansion.
Someone was smoking, though.
Why don't people tidy up after themselves?
Okay, a fancy bottle of wine with a little bit of blood.
Blood. A sturdy bottle met a not-so-sturdy human. It didn't break only because it was unopened.
See what that is? Another blood.
An open wound spoiled the carpet.
Oh, he was hit in the head too, so that makes sense. Oh, that's weird. There's some weird paintings in this place. Okay, let's see. Can we go through this door maybe? And there's something here.
Identical to the robes the guests are wearing.
So the person didn't have the costume on? Maybe a woman?
The pitcher is empty, but with puddles around it. Blood clots are adhered to the sides of the drain.
Gotta clean themselves.
Props, decorations, and tools for a more detailed set.
Okay, what do we have here?
This is a different ritual.
Ritual scenario. I found a scenario of some sort of ritual with a remark written at the beginning. It says, read and rehearse this rite. Manchios. The naked woman lies on the altar on a bed of flowers, symbolizing Mother Gaia. The one who leads the ritual oils the body of the woman to awaken her inner fertility. Participants should chant at the moment and call for the man who can please Mother Gaia. Then the man who will impersonate the principle of life may come to engage in sexual congress with her. Weirdos. Don't ignore the guests, Matista, and stop boring them. They don't want to hear about your stupidities. They want to feel how beautiful they are and how generous you can be towards them. You are here to please and celebrate life. Remember, each guest paid a great deal to be with you. Manchios.
How can anyone accept such behavior?
Might be this girl, Matilda.
A useful tool for a disguise arsenal.
Okay. To the next one. What do we have here?
Handcrafted and luxurious cufflinks. There's also a note. For my Fabio, Manchos.
The key.
The key is similar to the one that Vogel gave me.
So that was what was blocking the door.
The capital F on the key fob might refer to Fabio.
Okay, and what else are we missing? Mask.
Would you recognize me in one of these? I suppose not.
This makes it a little bit difficult because whoever it is could have covered up.
Similar to the guests' robes, apart from the bloodstains.
Oh, we found the murder's clothing. And we find ourselves in the back. Okay, so we've pretty much gone through a lot of information here. Okay, we want to go on that one, looks like. Okay, there's some more here.
A person leaned against the doorframe. They left a smudged trail of blood.
Okay, good to know. Is there... Okay, there's more all over here.
A bloody handprint on an armchair.
You know what?
The wounded person was here for some time. There appear to be no further traces leading to the altar.
So, Sherry, do you have any ideas about the case?
Perhaps. I think I can deduce what happened here.
The blood is like really hidden. Like, look at that. You can barely see the blood. It's pretty neat. All right, but let's try to deduce the crime. Okay. So let's start from the end and work our way forward. Okay, so we don't really know. Well, I don't think it's him, because I think he'd be dead. Okay. No, it's definitely the killer, because there was blood in the sink. Yep, put his handprint down. Makes sense. What is that? No. The knife wound was too good. So you had to knock him out. Well, see, if you get in like a fight with someone, you're not going to be able to like perfectly stab them in the heart. Unless you're like really good. Got that one. No. He already killed him, so then he's trying to like hit him. And someone locked the door with a key. It might have been the bad guy.
The bottle was used as a weapon during a scuffle in the smoking lounge. Then, to ensure no one would interrupt, the murderer locked the door. The unconscious body of the victim was moved to the altar room. Once the body was on the altar, the murderer thrust the dagger into the victim's heart. Symbols were drawn with the blood. The wardrobe was used to hide the bloodied robe from anyone's eyes. The killer washed himself and took a clean robe from the hanger before leaving.
Are you all right? You're on the floor, not moving.
I think I know what happened here.
Okay, so now let us do that one and go to the mind space. Fabio was killed in ritual murder. Or the ritual was a cover. You know, I like to say that it was like a cover-up. Because there has to be more to it. There's no way you just killed someone for no reason. The murderer had a key to the altar room. Lock the door. Perfect. Okay, and that's no problem there. Okay, let's talk about the key.
I'm starting to put the pieces together.
Fabio was stabbed.
I see nothing gets past you, Werner. Yes, he was stabbed, but only after being knocked out in the next room and placed here. I do not yet know why.
So, who's responsible?
Well, it was one person working alone, and the murderer has now donned a robe. He or she could be hiding in plain sight. We have lost time, Werner, but your discretion may prove to be a benediction after all.
Okay, so let's ask about the key.
The murderer had to have access to this room. After the crime, he used his own key to lock the door. So, who had the key to the altar room?
I'm not sure. As a special guest, I was provided one by Mr. Manchios. He should be able to tell you of any others.
Where can I find him?
Most likely in the main hall, entertaining his guests. He has a mask with golden stars. You can't miss him. But please be discreet. We don't want to risk disturbing the revelry.
Okay, so we're done with him. Okay, we gotta find the Manchios guy. He has golden scars on his mask. Oh my, we can talk to everyone here. Okay, well, let me kind of look around here. Maybe this guy? Yes.
Kurt Manchios, I presume. I'm Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, you must be the one Werner told me about. What a sweet voice you have. It must belong to a handsome young man. Can I call you Sherlock?
As you wish, Mr. Manchios. Mr. Vogel asked me to help you. The body in the altar room requires answers, and quickly. I suspect the murderer to still be here.
What? Lower your voice. I don't want anyone to hear us.
All right, let's figure out who had access to the altar, because that's the most important thing.
I need to find all those who had the key to the altar room. As far as I know, Mr. Vogel, Fabio, and you had access to it. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes. Also, Matista and Santos.
Santos? Who is that?
Santos Pinchetti, my major domo. In his opinion, at least.
Yeah, I want to think it's Matista.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Pinchetti and Matista. Do you have somewhere I might have a private conversation with them?
Of course, of course. Let me think. Matista is entertaining the guests somewhere, and Santos... Oh, yes. He will be busy with the servants. Or the cook. What's that noise? What's going on?
Uh-oh.
Freeze, filth. You're under arrest.
The police? Damn, that guy's happy. Oh, what, roses? What? And they're just kicking. They literally kick someone down the stairs. Damn, they're pretty abusive.
You committed a crime, and now I have to free you, kiss your hand, and apologize for the inconvenience. You're great.
I did tell you that Mr. Vogel and I were innocent. I emphasized it in my statement.
Your statement? Thanks to some bigwigs who work for the so-called good of the country by releasing fleas like you. Thank God we have Vogel in his letter. Once I get to that goldfish, I'll...
Bigwig. Oh, my wretched brother Mycroft and his long nose.
Wait, did you say Mycroft? Mycroft Holmes? Are you the youngest son of Violet Holmes, rest her soul?
Let's figure out what he knows about our mother.
You knew my mother?
Not personally, no. Not exactly. I was working on the paperwork for that case.
Would you happen to remember anything of the events?
Well, I didn't make the inquiry, but I remember seeing some notes. Why?
We can negotiate. You must help me. Let's do the negotiation. Let's help him solve the murder. He helps us with our mother's murder.
Perhaps we can negotiate. I could be quite useful.
Huh. Got you hooked, right? You know what? Stark and the others think they're the smartest here, thanks to you. Let me get this straight. Are you listening to me, lad?
I'm all ears.
Take this case. Report to me only, to Constable Harvey Oswald. I'll leave everything I have on this table. Find the murderer. Be a real copper. Question the suspects, make them sing, give me something substantial.
And if Mr. Vogel is not a suspect?
If he's innocent, then you can take your favourite degenerate away from here. If you slip or mess with the evidence, then trust me, your brother won't save you from my bludgeon. Meanwhile, I'll be checking the archive for you. If anybody asks, then you're a consulting detective.
Let's make a start then, partner.
Alrighty.
I'm glad we managed to get the scoop before the raid.
Alright, but we're going to stop there today. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links below. In the next one, we're going to help the police solve this murder and hopefully take one step further on figuring out what really happened to Sherlock's mother.